Hey, what's up? My name is Nelson, and today I am talking about The Last Duel, starring Adam Driver, Matt Damon, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck, and directed by Ridley Scott. King Charles declares that a knight settle his dispute with his squirrel by challenging him to a duel. That's all I'm going to say. This is a spoiler-free review. But first off, I want to talk about that cast. They all did so good. Ben Affleck was amazing in this. Adam Driver was really, really good in this movie. And Matt Damon, as always, really good. The standout for me is definitely Jodie Comer. I don't know a whole lot about her besides seeing Free Guy earlier this year, and she was great in that, but man, her acting chops, so good in this. But pretty much everybody in this movie is just spot on. Really, really good. This movie, it looks so beautiful. This is probably the second most beautiful movie I've seen this year, with The Green Knight being number one. This movie, it was real snowy in the beginning at times, real sunny out. Just a really, really beautiful looking movie. And then the movie is driven a lot on the conversation and the dialogue. And it's done so well. I was just drawn in so quickly to this film. It's just all the conversations we have throughout. But it is very, very dialogue driven and very story driven. I mean, you have to sit and really, really pay attention. But if you're not the type of person that's really, really into dialogue driven movies, this won't be for you, because it is just a lot of talking. There is a little bit of fighting in this movie, a little bit here and there, not a whole lot, but when they do fight, the gore is right on point, and just honestly, the fighting in this, it's really good. It's not real jump camera. The camera's not real jumpy. It's not cut. It's really, really good fight choreography throughout this, and I really do like a good sword fight, so this really, really was cool for me, the little bit of fighting that was in this. And honestly, the score and the sound for this movie, like you hear like crackling in a fire pit, and it's real loud, and you can hear it, and it sounds really realistic to me. I really like that. You know, they'll be walking through the woods, and you can hear, they'll be riding on horses, and you'll hear the footprints and all that. I really, really liked the sound effects in this movie. And this story is from the point of view of three people. And I really felt like it would jump from one story, you do the one story, they'd go all the way through, and then they'd go to the next character, and then the next character, and you'd see the point of view of. I really felt that they did it really, really well, and how, you see different things, and just, it's all the same story, but there's small, different little things throughout that have happened, and the way it changes to the way this person told it, and the way this person told it. I thought that was really, really well done. I was kind of nervous about that when it said part one. I was like, or chapter one. I was like, oh no, I really hope that they don't kind of cut back and forth. And they didn't. And it was really, really well done. Just such great storytelling. But there is some things in this movie that are a bit, I felt, out of place for the tone of the movie until it happens. There's a couple things that happen in the movie, and I was like, okay, that feels slightly out of place, but it ended up working, so it's not really a complaint. I was just kind of like, it's a little nitpick, and it is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It does have its pacing issues, but to be honest, there's no way to get around that. Like, the way this story is told, and there's really no other way to tell this story. It was a perfect way to tell this story, but the way it's told, it had to be this long. But I did feel the time. About 2 hours in, I started kind of feeling a little bit of the time. And some of the characters in this movie, I'm not going to say who, it's just some of the characters in this movie are very, very unlikable for me anyway. Just for me, in my opinion, I just had a really hard time with a lot of these characters. But overall, everyone was really, really good in this movie. It just, the character pieces throughout were just amazing. And it was just such a pretty movie to look at. Just, if you do see this movie, see it on a really, really big screen because it's just so beautiful. I was lucky enough to actually be able to go see this on one of the biggest screens around where I live, and it really paid off. So I really, really recommend that. And honestly, I just recommend watching this movie and just really paying attention to it and not... There's a lot of talking, but if you can just listen to the conversation, it's so well done. Jodie Comer, though, she is so good in this. Everybody basically is really, really good in this. I want to hit on the characters one more time. And Matt Damon's character, he was like a real broody type of character who was just kind of like, he was pissed off a lot of the movie, but like he played that part so well. And then Adam Driver, really, really good for just that character. He played it so well. That dude, every time that guy plays in anything, he just gets better and better for me. And then Ben Affleck, he's just another one that he was so good in this. He wasn't in it as much as the other three, but when he was in it, he commanded the room. He was just, and that's just how Ben Affleck is. But I really like this movie. For my score for this movie, I'm going to give it an 83%. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Nelson Reviews. Follow me on Letterboxd at Nelson48. Peace out.